Good evening, everybody. This is Victor Kilo 4, Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Fairyland. It's just gone 19:30 hours, 7:30 p.m. It is Wednesday night, so we've got another edition of VK4BAD BADnet for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club Wednesday night net. It is currently, at present time, it is 23.0 degrees outside, 63% humidity, with a 2.3 k of breeze and a 3 k of gust. This is Victor Kilo 4 Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Fairyland. I'll now change my call sign to the club call of VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. This is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Now listening for any call-ins, VK4BAD.
Good evening, Gary. VK4HOO.
VK4 Mike Victor.
VK4 IJP.
VK4 Yankee Charlie.
Wonder if this whole thing still works. This is VK4NF.
Okay, this is VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. Oh, we got a lot more compared to last week. Good evening to all. The stations I've heard so far are all VK4s. VK4HOO Andy in Toowoomba. VK4 Mike Victor Al in Dalby. VK4 IJP Ian in Proston. VK4 Yankee Charlie Jim in Blackbutt. And good evening to Tail End Charlie at the moment of VK4 November Foxtrot Neil in Dalby. Before we take off for the first round, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Now listening for any call-ins. Go ahead, please.
VK4 HLR.
Okay, we've got one extra one just called in. VK4 HLR Russell in Wondai. Okay, a quick announcement for tonight. Next week I won't be able to do the net, as I'll be in transit between Chinchilla and Mike Home QDH around about the time the net starts. So I'll be in Chinchilla talking to a group of scouts and getting them familiarised with some of our radios, which I'll be utilising at the Jotai. So unfortunately, next week there may not be any club net on next week. Okay, before we start the first round, this is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta. Last call before we start the first round. Anyone else want to call in? VK4BAD?
Before Mike Uniform Clifton.
Okay, Tail End Charlie is VK4 Mike Uniform in Clifton. And, sorry, name, Dave, I think it is. I could be wrong. But anyway, no worries on that one there. So it's VK4HOO, followed by VK4 Mike Victor, VK4IJP, VK4 Yankee Charlie, VK4 November Fox, VK4 Hotel Lima Romeo, VK4 Mike Victor. Okay, this is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. We'll start the first round off, and we'll throw it over to Andy, VK4 HOO. Over to you there, Andy, VK4BAD.
Thanks, Gary. Good evening to you. Al, Ian, Jim, Neil, Russell, and I'm not sure of that last call sign myself. So, yeah, very good evening. And, yeah, sort of a mixed bag. It's happening this way. Heather's not well again. And I've had my 5-yearly project on my face, getting rid of the sunspots cream. I'd say a lot of you heard of it. I do it every 5 years, and you just dab it on where you've got these spots, and it's like a grass runner that will just run through the pores of your skin and pick all these sunspots out, and you sort of look like heaven knows what. It's incredible. It's painful, but that way what or chop it out or dry ice it. So it's not pleasant. It's not good. I don't like it, but yeah, got to do the right thing. As a little boy, didn't have a hat on or anything like that, so it actually feels like your face is sunburnt. That's what it feels like. I'm not even halfway through it. You got to do it for 4 weeks straight, and 2 weeks is up on Saturday. But the last time I did do it, 5 years ago, it actually takes like a layer of skin off your face. It's like pulling a mask off, and you're left with this nice, fresh looking face. So hopefully the same thing will happen this year. Take it all as it comes. But yeah, Heather's not well. She's now been diagnosed with breast cancer. So we're going through all the medical procedures, everything we've got to do for that. So but she's upbeat. She's upbeat. She's the strong one in the household. Al, good evening. VK4 Mike Victor, VK4 HOO.
VK4HOO and the group VK4 Mike Victor. And good evening all. And have to put in an apology for last week, and Ian will do the same. And we've got the same excuse. And sorry to hear that, Andy, that's the concern there. And so I do hope it goes well. And it certainly, in the early stages, can be quite a drama. And hopefully it can have a good outcome, as I know it has with many people. And that goes in your case as well. And yeah, I know about that face thing. I haven't had it done. My sister and a very dear friend of mine has the same thing, and I never look forward to it, but it seems to be effective, so fingers crossed on that one as well for you. And I dare say you got a few marks during the process. You don't like looking at yourself in the mirror. But anyway, it's things we have to put up with in later life when we've didn't understand what the sun was doing other than growing the plants. So, but anyway, and the excuse for last week is I was interrupted by a visitor. And Ian can mention who the visitor was. And we got sidetracked and went out for tea. And it went on and on. I think they had to kick us out of the pub almost. So anyway, just working on the final parts of a presentation for next week's Toowoomba Radio Club meeting. I think I'm up to about 15 pages of a PowerPoint presentation, so I keep finding more things to put in there, but it's probably superfluous. But anyway, we'll see if we can inform and entertain people for an hour or so, and that way I'll earn a cup of coffee and a biscuit. So without doing too many tricks like handstands or backflips or something. Anyway, other than that, it's still quite dry here, and the wind's not helping. And yes, we had a little fire down to the sort of south of us yesterday. It was the day before, and yeah, it sort of made me go up and have a look in the guttering and make sure there was no leaves in there, and there was. So I ejected them, and they're now all scattered on the lawn. So, okay then, over to my partner in crime, Ian, VK4IJP, VK4 Mike Victor.
I'm now a partner in crime. Oh dear, good evening all. Andy, and that, mate, that's, sorry to hear about the other half, but anyway, I suppose being upbeat and that, and keeping the chin up, that'd be probably the main thing. Now, again, yeah, no, it was a big couple of days. Big couple of days working out this thread. And that, that, but I don't know if it's all my fault. You were just, eating so much at the pub you didn't want to leave. The food was that good, I think you were saying, and sort of said, no, I'm not going back to talk to those chaps. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Question for Gary when it gets back around to you, Gary, Mr. Net Controller, and thank you for doing it again, and we'll see how we go next week without you. Next meeting date, if you can let me know when that is. And Jim in Blackbutt, g'day mate, long time no see, speak to. Yeah, we did drive through Blackbutt a couple of weeks ago, but I think we were a bit too late. You were long gone. I think there was a sign out. And Neil, Russell, I've been up at Russell's place today, and Eric, MWE, and we've assembled, what was it, a 5-element beam, a combined 10, 11 metre beam, and got that probably about 4 or 5 metres off the ground. So, we've had a pretty big day, and the things just went together, and tuned. Well, the SWR looked pretty good, and what did we do? Russell, I contacted in New Zealand and one in Darwin, so that was all right for sort of first up. I think I just timed out. I'm using a different radio. I'm using that Tate Al, yeah. And there's another call for my uniform. I'm sorry, mate, I don't know your name. So anyway, we'll pass it on to Jim down in Blackbutt and see how much rain he's been getting down there. VK4YC in the BADnet group, VK4IJP.
Yeah, good there, Ian. Mate, I think I tipped out 3 millimetres. We had a little bit of a shower here last night. And to be truthful, I don't remember when, what we had last and how long before, how long ago it was. But, yeah, certainly sort of drying out around the area. And, yeah, the authorities are on the lookout for fire warnings and all this sort of stuff. But, yeah, we still have our little stall going in town there. At the moment, but yeah, we might have been packed up and gone. We only do that on the weekends. But what have we got up the top there? Andy, yeah, okay on things your way there too. Not real good, and yeah, I have similar problems that I need to get checked out all the time. Al's been pretty busy there by the sound of it. And Neil, yeah, what have you been up to there, mate? Tripping around maybe, out and about, not too sure. And Russell there, evening to you. And Mike, I think, if I got that right, yeah. Over to you there, Neil. We'll see what's happening out your way. Just as dry as ever, I guess. VK4 November Fox, VK4 Yankee Charlie.
Yeah, okay, good. Dear me, Tim. Good to hear you. And everybody else, good to hear you again. Looks like it was a bit light on last week. I didn't get here last week, but I believe it was a bit light on. You're all coming in this week to make up for it, eh? I think we're all doing the same thing. Right, very good. No, good signals all round. The only thing is, I don't know whether the repeater's got a problem there, but oh dear. VK4HOO. Andy was transmitting there, and the repeater was chopping off and missing half the stuff. And then there was another station there, a couple down the track. There was a bit of a fluttery sort of noise in it. This might have been a problem with the repeater, but I don't know. But anyway, don't have to worry. We'll hear about it in due course. So yeah, we're still in the land of the living. happened there. If you want to know the dates of the meeting, look up the minutes of the last meeting, and you should see it in there. It's the 18th of November is the next meeting. I better go and book that in too. I haven't been to do that yet, so I'll wander over sometime when I've got time. I've got a bit busy this week, so I mightn't get there this week, but anyway, we'll see. I've got a bit of time there, and that's when it'll be. If you remember, we decided on the first and second Saturdays, and they weren't really workable, so it was decided on the 18th of Saturday, the 18th of November. So hopefully that'll all work out okay. Something else we're going to comment on. I've got to think about. Oh no, Ian, did you get the coax cable from Russell? I wonder. And I don't know whether there's any more. I think that's the only bits I could find. Isn't there much stuff here? And there's a bit more. I got some more lined up. I thought I got it lined up. I might bring it over to the meeting on the 18th, and you lot can have a look through it. And there it might be handy. You can grab hold of it. So that'll happen that day. All going well. And good evening to you, Russell, too. Yeah, good signal of you there, so all was good. And got to remember to drop this button. Now, what was the other one? I was going to comment to somebody about something. can't get it all together. I'm too lazy. I haven't got a book to write on here, so I'll have to deal with that. Otherwise, not much else I can report on. I haven't been doing much. Keeping quiet and all that sort of stuff. I'm probably overdriving this bloody radio again too, probably. Forgetting about that, this thing. A little bit, the deviation is a bit heavy. And we'll catch up with, was it MU, was it? I've forgotten, anyway. The station that, come on, where is it? I can't remember. It's hopeless, isn't it? Anyway, that'll do for this round. I'll see how I go. I might not be back next round. I'll just see how things go, because we're through the best part of nearly half an hour. So I might have to go. I'll just see what happens there. If I'm not there next round, you'll know something's happened. I've taken off. And it's over to you there, Russell, too. I think you're next on the list. VK4. What's your call sign again? Your new call sign, I got to get used to that. Something I can't remember that one either. Never mind. You take it, Russell. VK4 November Fox.
Roger, mate. Yeah, November Foxfield. Yeah, no, the call sign's HLR. Make a note of it. Yeah, and thanks, Gary, for running the net tonight. Also, good evening to Andy L, Ian, Jim, Neil. And I don't have either the name of my uniform either. So, yeah. Well, like Ian said, that Eric and Neil over here today, they won't let me climb up a ladder. And they've been great, pretty helpful to me. Help me keep me on the air. I really appreciate it. Oh, and Ian, guess where your hat is? I need to work that one out. But no, other than that, we had a pretty good day. The weather was kind to us. We did a few spits of rain. I felt it. I don't know where the other boys did. But we got it all done and all up in the air. And it was, for me it was good because I thought Eric was going to stay the night, but he was pretty crook, so he left us a bit early. After we'd done the work, he left a bit early because he had to go to the chemist to get his meds. But I did have a call from Eric. He arrived home safely. I better recalled you, but just to let me know he arrived home safely. And that's good. That's good. So I enjoyed having you here. We don't get any visitors, so when we have something like that, it really makes a good day. And I really appreciate what you and, excuse me, Christmas. There goes Ian and Eric. I didn't think we did. I was just thinking about that 8 or 10 mil. When he said that, I thought, no, I didn't pick it up. And I thought, hang on, he took some stuff out, put it on the table. They're stirring up, and there it was. But never mind, mate. When you get as old as I am, mate, it gets a bit breezy. So I'll pass it over to VK4, Mike Uniform. Sorry, my friend, I don't know what your name is. From VK4HLR.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, this is for Mike Uniform at sunny downtown Clifton. The name here is David, Delta Alpha Victor India Delta. From someone else who's a ham, VK4TP, which you may also know of. First time on this net, not 31 years, and I mainly only appear spasmodically on termeters. More likely to find me on FT8 or SSTVs than on voice. But other than that, I thought I'd friend Gary for quite a while. Anyhow, I'll pass it back up to the food chain to Gary, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta.
VK4 Mike Uniform. Good to hear you in there, Dave. You're not quite holding the repeater. You're doing quite a bit of dropout. But did get the gist of what you were saying. Okay. Well, Neil's already gone on to the third Saturday of next month is our meeting, and Andy and Al, you both had a bit of background noise on your signals. Other than that, the rest of all the others have been reasonably clean. Neil, yes, you are not quite over deviating, but you are high on up there, as you're aware of. Okay. With that lot there, is there anyone else want to join the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club's Wednesday night net before we start the second round? VK4BAD?
VK4BAD, VK4FAX running late.
Okay, VK4 FAX, VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo. Have a go there, Don, and we've got you as Tail End Charlie, and I'll run through the group in a second. VK4 FAX, VK4BAD.
VK4BAD, VK4FAX. Thanks, Gary, and in the group there, I got the tail end of Andy, so I'm assuming Andy's top of the three. Just listened all the way through. So I've got Andy, Al, Ian, Jim, Neil, Russell, David, and then myself. We were just a bit late having dinner this evening. I had a Zoom call from the daughter and the two grandchildren down there in Newcastle.
Newcastle, so that was probably a 40-minute block out this evening. So it was great to catch up with the little ones. So that was really pleasant. Not a lot else to report. Big Bowls weekend it was, Saturday, Sunday. Played 3 games of 16 ends on the Saturday and a couple of games of 16 on the Sunday. We weren't very successful, but we had a great time. And lovely to play with some of the old acquaintances that I hadn't seen for many years. But it's a noisy old place down there in the middle of the city. It's at the City Club, which is right beside Grand Central. I'll just break for a tick. All the young fellas with their very loud exhausts like to roar through there and get the echo off the buildings, and it just about blows your eardrums out when you're there on the bowling green. Anyway, very friendly club, and we had a great weekend. Monday was a wipeout. I didn't do much at all, and Tuesday was a big day, and today was a recovery day from yesterday. Anyway, all good. Thanks, Gary. I'll put it back up to you there, and good to hear you there, David. I haven't talked to you for a while. VK4BAD with the group VK4FAX.
VK4FAX, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. No worries there, Don. Okay. For yourself there, we got VK4HOO, VK4 Mike Victor, VK4IJP, VK4 Yankee Charlie, who might be gone on this round, don't know. VK4 November Fox, same thing, might be gone, don't know. VK4 HLR Russell, VK4 MU Dave, and VK4 FAX there, Don. So that's the run up at the moment there. As I was saying there, I won't be able to make it next Wednesday night. I'll be I could, while driving home, I could try and access the repeater and get the ball rolling, but it's just a little bit too much of one of those ones. The meeting which I'm going to is between 5:30 and 7:30, so getting home to do the net will be impossible because I won't be leaving until just after 7 or close to 7:30. Okay, so whoever wants to take the net next weekend, next Wednesday, go for it. If not, it'll be on the same time again the following fortnight. Anyway, VK4HOO. Well, before we start off on the last round, is anyone else want to come in and say call in there? VK4BAD listening.
VK4 Yankee Charlie, Gary, I need to disappear there, mate, and good to catch up with all on the net there tonight. Thank you for running the net also, and we'll see what happens next week there. So I'll say cheers all for now, and catch up down the track. VK4BAD, VK4YC.
VK4 Yankee Charlie, VK4. Oh, okay. That other station, go again?
Sorry, Gary, it was me. I said good night to Jim.
Oh, okay there. Yeah, I just caught you as I was keying up. No probs. Okay. With that lot there, okay, Jim, I've got you as absent. Okay, VK4 HOO. Over to you there, Andy. VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. And yeah, hopefully there's nothing wrong with the radio. It hasn't been turned on for quite a while, but yeah, maybe if I can just get a condition report would be good. If Al could do that for me, that would be great. Yes, Don, my apologies for Friday. I won't be there. We're got all the specialists and that happening on Friday with you. So my apologies there. And yeah, with this sunspot cream, it's horrible. Well, now I've retired from work. I couldn't do it if I was still at work. It's not a good look. So yeah, you've got to do it either when you're on holidays or something like that. But it stretches over a 2-month period. It takes a month of application to you know, to get it doing what it's supposed to do, and then there's a month of recovery. So yeah, if you're working in that and you're within the public, it's very hard. So yeah, now I'm not doing it, then I can do it. But Jesus saw, it's like being sunburned, and you got to keep out of the sun as well. So yep, there we go. And you did mention that on the weekend, that presentation, if you sort of let me know on that one, what that one's about. I didn't sort of get it all together, so if you could do that, that would be great. All right, down to you, Al, and yeah, thanks guys for being there, and sorry about last week. I hate to think how many people weren't there. VK4, Mike Victor, VK4 HOO.
VK4HOO, VK4 Mike Victor. Yeah, okay, Andy, all good on that. Yes, and I thought of that a little bit later about keeping out of the sun with that treatment going on. So I expect you'll be missing the bowls for a while, but you'll be back into it before you know it, and better than ever. So all good. And yeah, somehow or other, I can't honestly remember the circumstances, but I seem to have got myself volunteered for a little presentation, and that'll be next Monday evening at the Darling Downs Radio Club at the Toowoomba Library. I went down to the last meeting to say hi and work out what the facilities were, and it's quite a pleasant place to have a meeting. So anyway, I'm going to do a little talking on a bit of radio repair and maintenance, and so I thought to go along with that, I'll do a little PowerPoint presentation to accompany it, and I can run that either on my laptop or one that belongs to the facility, so I can make it look a little bit professional, even though I'm an amateur. Yes, righto. So hope I can make it a little bit entertaining as well. Might throw in a few little anecdotes or whatever. I don't think I'll go the full stand-up comedy. Might get tomatoes or something thrown at me. So, but anyway, that'll be a bit of a fun thing. I've done a few technical presentations during my time, but that was a work thing. So, But anyway, we'll muddle through and just fill in the time between the official meeting and the cup of coffee. So that'll be the way to do it. And good evening to David. Haven't heard you on this net, but certainly I think I caught your call sign somewhere else over the airwaves. So you're one letter ahead of me, which is always interesting to find out that people have got a close call sign to what I've managed to snaffle. And it was interesting to see somebody's running the same call sign in another state. I think I knew a guy who was actually using the MV as a ZL3, and that I never ever caught up with him, but I think he worked for the company that I used to work for. But anyway, that's never mind as it goes. So everybody else is achieving things and doing things, which is all good. And nice to hear everybody on, and thanks, Gary. And we'll toss a coin, and somebody else can kick the net off next week. I've got nothing on for next week, so I can probably do it, providing that's allowable. But as I think I'm a paid-up member, that should be perfectly reasonable, unless somebody else has been itching to take over the reins. But anyway, we'll work it out. So back over to me and VK4IJP, VK4 Mike Victor.
Yeah, thanks, Al. No worries. And with the presentation, I think you'll be able to ham it up and have a good time, I'm sure. There could be a yoke or two, but never know. But if you're about, I'll have a quick yarn after the net. And mate, and if you do have a bit of a steer of the net next week off, we can have great fun heckling you. So hey, that could be good. Well, I think I mentioned to you, I had a mate in Wollongong. He lived in Woonona, actually. His call sign was 2MV, Maury Vostenbosch. So, because I haven't been down there for a long time, and I moved away from there in the 1990s, so I got a funny feeling he may have passed away because the call sign's sort of not listed anymore. But because when you sort of first cropped up, and that I just sort of had to be careful with that call sign of yours. Okay, other than that, I think it's all been pretty hot and dry, and it sounds like we've all been busy with projects, and Andy with his procedure, it sounds, an interesting procedure anyway. I reckon I've been lucky as I'm probably going to jinx myself now, because I've spent just about my whole life out in the sun somewhere or another. So being young, living on the beach, and then just always primarily working out in the field. So and driving, being in the car. So I reckon so far I've been lucky to dodge that one. Anyway, we'll go down to Jim and let him make his second round of comments. VK4YC and the group. This is VK4IJP.
Yeah, VK4GRB, VK4 November Fox. Jim called him at the start of the net there just to let us know that he was going, what's the characters? QRT, is it? That's the one? Disappearing anyway. So it's okay. He'll probably be back next week. So I think I was after him, so I guess I can put my nib in here. And just say good evening to everybody. A few newcomers, that's good. Good to hear you on the net and all that sort of stuff. While I got you on the hip there, Ian, I was just trying to check to see if you got that coax cable all right, and did you make use of it, or was it no good? I've no idea the condition of it or whether it was what it was like. But I found those couple of bits, and you can have them to see if you can do something with. And I've got a table full of stuff to bring over to club meeting. I didn't get any response other than Ian ringing up about his coax cable. So I'll bring a bit over and you can have a look and see if you can make use of some of this stuff. A few little bits and pieces there. That's next month, don't get it mixed up. It's Saturday the 18th of November, don't forget, in October at this stage. So we've got a little bit further to go. Now what else are we going to comment on? I've got to think about what I'm doing here. I've got stuff around the place everywhere. And all good. That bit of a noise on 2 or 3 different signals. There's a couple of signals had that intermittent noise coming up, and that sounded very, very similar to the desensing problem we used to have on this repeater. I hope that's not the same gremlin mucking around up there on the mountain, but anyway, there is a bit of a problem there. And when the repeater loses sensitivity a little bit, and then it comes back good again. So something happening there. Have to keep that in mind. Otherwise, I don't think I've got too much more to comment on. Good evening to you there, Dave, for MU. I think the call sign sort of rang the bell, but I certainly couldn't remember what name was to it, so there we go. Got you there again. I've worked you a couple of times, I think, over the few years. Yeah, anyway, good to have you aboard. Well, all right. I'm getting too close to this microphone again, aren't I, Gary? I can just talk a bit quieter, that's all I've got to do. You've just got to learn how to do that. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. Hang on. Okay, I must have got it all right. So I'll leave it at that. I will go now. I've got something else I've got to do, so I'm going to say good night to everybody. Good to catch up with all you guys, and I guess we'll catch you up on a net between now and the 18th of November, and we'll catch some of you, or some of you anyway. We'll catch up at the over the back, so that should be good. All right. Something else I was going to comment, I think, but it's blown the coop, so yeah. Funny how that happens. So I'll leave it be at that and say good night to everybody. I'm just thinking over everybody. Ladies, you haven't got a book out writing notes, so it makes it a bit difficult when sometimes this happens. Never mind, doesn't matter. So I think that might be a better spot there for this microphone. Put the top of it against top of me cheek, and just talk in the mid-air, and hopefully it'll come back into the microphone. No, I don't think there's anything else I comment on. I've just been busy picking out all the prickles. Not bindi eye, what do you call them? Khaki weed. I was doing a bit of weed eating this morning, and I must have found a spot where there was a patch of bloody khaki burr. Spraying me everywhere, and I thought, what's that? And I'm just finding a few of them in my shirt. Mongrel stuff it is. Anyway, everybody's got to live with it, and you've got to learn to try and deal with it so it doesn't get better you. That's the hard part. Not to worry. Righto. Now it's back to you, Russell, and you can hand it on to who was after you. I think it might have been Dave. VK4. Oh, shivers. MLR. Is it MLR? Oh, I can't remember, Russell. Sorry. VK4 November Fox.
VK4 November Fox is Hotel Lima Radio. I think you might have that this time. And yeah, good night, Neil. We have a good one, mate. Yeah, I meant to say that we had a bit of excitement here about 1 o'clock early hour of the morning, and my neighbour rang me on the phone. Your alarm's going off downstairs. I thought, oh gosh, I dived out, grabbed me cricket bat, and down the stairs I go. Someone had tried to get in because I got a load of booby traps down there, and all sort of alarmed. Anyway, I managed to shut the alarm up, and they tried to break into my workshop properly after me tools, but they didn't get far. So it looks like I'm going to have to hire up some more fencing to stop them getting in from next door, because that's the only way they could get in. Because the fence outside there is only about a metre high, so I'm going to put it up another 2 meters. I spoke to the couple next door. Yeah, do what you want. I was right out, because I woke them up, you know. But they said, you called the police. I said, what's the point? What are they going to do? So, like, you know. So we're all aware now that there's these kids that are roaming around. There's a group of 3 of them, I think, so I've been told. And they go around stealing whatever they can get and break in and threatening people. Give us all your money or we'll beat you up and all the rest of it. You know, it's really ridiculous, but there you go. So I just keep my cricket bat handy. If I can't play cricket with it, I'll use it to crack some skulls. So, yeah, it's very unbelievable. I mean, 3 weeks ago, they robbed the house over the back of me. A young fellow in there. And he gave a description to the police. So, I don't know what's happened about it. We haven't heard no more, or whether it went to court yet or not. But, yeah, you know, it's just getting a bit ridiculous. But there you go. That's life, I suppose. Anyway, I've had my gripe, so I'll hand it over to VK4 Mike Uniform, David, for you to take. VK4 HLR. Go ahead, mate.
VK4 Mike Uniform, are you there, Dave? VK4BAD?
VK4HOC is here.
Okay, VK4HOC. No worries there, Rob, if I remember rightly. So you're after Don, VK4 FAX. VK4 Mike Uniform, are you there, Dave? VK4BAD?
Yeah, I was just going to put in a comment. The name was Paul.
Okay, my apologies there, Paul. VK4 Foxtrot Alpha X-Ray, VK4BAD, and you hand it over to Paul, VK4. Shivers, I didn't jot his call sign down. He'll put it out on the next one. VK4 FAX, VK4BAD.
VK4BAD with the group VK4 FAX returning here. Yeah, thanks, Gary, and it's HOC Paul in Clifton. Yeah, David obviously has ducked off to bed or something. Yeah, he was the only call sign that was breaking up. Everyone else's signals to me have been absolutely brilliant as normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with the repeater. Yeah, everyone else's signal is spot on. Just apart from David's tonight, so all good. Yeah, good to hear you there, Paul. Hope everything's well out in Clifton country. Yeah, I don't have too much else to comment on. I understand, Andy, with the application of that gunk they had put on your face, I recall, what was his name, past president at the club, who had the unfortunate accident. He was going through the same treatment before he had the accident, and yeah, he had blotches all over him. I'm seeing quite a few other people that have had that actual treatment, and it does show up all the blemishes. I'm probably headed towards having that myself, seeing I spent probably most of my 73 years out in the sun. I'll probably have a few blotches there if I was ever to put the application on my dial. Anyway, good to hear you all there, and yeah, I'll see if Monday night's available to duck down there and listen to your presentation, Al. I don't often get along to the club nets, but if it's something very interesting, I'm in the club meeting, sorry, not the nets. Yeah, it'd be probably a wonderful evening to come and listen to your presentation. Anyway, we'll see what next Monday brings. You never know in my game. VK4HOC, over to you there, Paul. VK4FAX.
Yeah, VK4FAX and the group, VK4HOC. Name is Paul. I live at Clifton. Windy as hell here at the moment, but yeah, we put some good stay ropes and that on this antenna when we put it up the other day. The gentleman with the accent who was talking about having someone break into his place. He come down the stairs with a baseball bat. I hope I'm not talking out of turn, but a little bit of advice from a father of a police officer. My son attended a similar incident one time, and the homeowner was charged with assault with a deadly weapon. If the young fella had have died, it would have gone straight to a manslaughter charge, because you just can't do it anymore, unfortunately. So that was just a comment I just wanted to put in there. Anyway, I don't know who's taking after this, probably Don, so I'll put it back to you. It's VK4HOC on the side.
VK4HOC, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. No worries there, Paul. Nice to hear you in there. We've had a good turnout tonight. We've had 10 or up on my books, including myself. Okay, before we close the net off, is there anyone else want to call in, say hello, goodbye? This is Victor Kilo 4, Bravo Alpha Delta, listening. Okay, VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta returning. Well, I'd like to thank you all who called in. VK4HRR Randy in Toowoomba, VK4 Mike Victor L in Dalby, VK4 IJP Ian in Proston, VK4 Yankee Charlie Jim in Blackbutt, VK4 NF Neil in Dalby, VK4 HLR Russell in in Wondai, VK4 Mike uniform. Oh, shivers. VK4 FAX Don in Toowoomba, and VK4 HOC Paul. As I said, I won't be able to do the net next Wednesday night. I'll be, as I said, at a scout meeting, getting the scouts up to a bit of a heads up for the following weekend for the Jamboree of the Air. So I'll get them. I'll be taking a couple of radios with me, what I'll be utilising, and get them to familiarise themselves with the protocols of it. Okay, with that lot there, this is VK4 Bravo Alpha Delta. Last call. Does anyone else want to call in and say hello, goodbye before we close the net off? VK4BAD. Okay, nothing else heard at the moment. Mind you, I should have said this earlier on. Yes, we're doing a live stream also out at the same time on the club's page. So as well as on my homepage as well. Okay, this is Victor Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Delta for the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. Until the same time next week, we hold this net every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m, 1930 hours. I'll now change my call sign back to my home caller, VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo, Gary in Fairyland. And I'll leave the frequency open for general traffic. Until the same time next week, 7-3, this is VK4 Golf Romeo Bravo. Out.
Thanks, Gary, for the net.
VK4GRB, thank you, Gary, and I'll just advise you, MU David, he's in Clifton as well, for your records.
Not a problem there, Don. Thanks for that. I get confused sometimes on where they all are. Anyway, VK4GRB, 7-3, take care.